Hey, Teddy here. Sorry I am 2 months late with this updated vlog. And in case if you're all wondering where have I been, well, not only did I have other things to do in life, including having to finish up and making the next casual reviews of Bear Shot episode. But also, in case if you're all wondering how come I didn't do this update vlog before Halloween, not only is there that, but also I had a fear that based on certain things I've yet to talk about in this update, I have a fear that if I do it before Halloween, based on certain things I've yet to talk about in this video, may cause a certain former editor of mine going all Justin Bieber on me on Halloween this year, like what he did for Halloween last year. But thankfully, I made sure I played safe. So, anyways, and also, if you guys know me, you know that I take dramas really personal, especially on holidays and special occasions of certain kinds. I know some of you don't like to think about me. Well, that's because AzuchiGuardian told you so. Anyways, without further ado, let's get on with this update vlog for fall 2017. Now, in case if now you guys may be wondering what is going on with casual reviews of Bear Shot right now. Well, in case if you guys haven't noticed by now, I am currently in the third quarter of editing, so yay for that! And not only that, but also I've got some polls which I would love for you guys to vote. The first one being, of course, well, would be for Battle of the Groups. Now, in case you guys haven't noticed, there are some characters in particular that did receive more than one variant. And with the case of the other characters that not only have received 2 different variants or more, but also did manage to have at least 2 group leaders throughout the whole entire epic battle saga that rationally connect. Usually it would be based off of usually I would know who not just which figure will be my default figure, but also my alternate figure as well. Well, that is if a particular character luckily got 2 different variants and more that are actually attainable, no matter how rare they can be to find. Now, for those 2 particular characters, I know what their default figures will be, but I can be unsure of what their alternate figures will be. As I did put in the link in the description below, you guys may be wondering which 2 characters did I create a poll for alternate figures you guys get to vote for. Let's just say it's both Link and Zelda. Now, when it comes to both Link and Zelda, I do know what their default figures will be for the groups on Playtable via Toy Box Stadium, being the Super Smash Bros. Amiibos, in which will also be the default figures for Kirby, Meta Knight, King Dedede, Sonic, Mega Man, and Samus. As for all the Mario characters, not just including characters such as Mario, Luigi, Peach, Rosalina, and Bowser, but also including characters such as Yoshi, Wario, Diddy Kong, and Donkey Kong. Well, the Super Smash Bros. Amiibos for all those characters will be the alternate figures for all the Mario characters, including Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and Wario, whereas the default figures for all the Mario characters will indeed be the Super Mario amiibos. So to everybody watching this, including gamers in general, especially both gamers as well as fans of the Legend of Zelda series, I would really appreciate you all if you guys can vote for which Link and Zelda amiibos should I be using as alternate figures. The link can be found in the description below. Now you guys may be wondering, why can you guys only vote for both Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild, especially when we speak about for Link? Now, if I had to be completely honest about that, well, let's just say, with the case of Link and Zelda, I want to make sure that they're both identical, based on the game I'm using. Considering the fact that, well, Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf all did receive amiibo figures for Super Smash Bros. Not only that, but also both Link and Zelda both did receive amiibo figures for both Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild, but yet no sight of Ganondorf whatsoever. Whereas when speaking about the other Zelda games that exist, the only Zelda character that would get an amiibo figure based on those other particular games would be Link. So I hope I answered your question, fellow Zelda fans. And also, the reason why I would ever consider creating that poll is for feedback to help improve Battle of the Groups for you guys for whenever it does actually come out. As for the second poll I made, well, let's just say, well, for those who would come to my YouTube page just to watch my vlogs, you guys may probably be asking me, what will my next special vlog be? Now, I normally don't do this, but I decided to create a poll where you guys get to vote based on what you guys would like to see me do for my next special vlog. The first option being, of course, Super Smash Con, where you guys get to hear my thoughts and experiences when I went to Super Smash Con this year. And the second choice being New York Comic Con, where I would not only share my thoughts, share what I personally did at New York Comic Con, but also some other Comic Cons that are local to Westchester, that are local to where I live. To Westchester County, that is. The link to that poll, both the poll where you guys get to vote for my special vlog and the poll for where you guys get to vote which Link and Zelda amiibo should I be using as my alternate figures, can be found in the description below. So remember the vote, please. Thank you. So anyways, now I have a lot of major things I really personally need to address. Now the first one I would like that I personally must address is this. Now, if you're somebody who has been following me on Facebook, if you've been following me on Facebook, you will see that when I was giving my additional thoughts on Animat's Classic Reviews Equestria Girl exclusively on Facebook, you will see that I did write about of how that when I do get to make a death battle mixtape based on epic battles, I will not be using any of the episodes featuring any of the My Little Pony characters whatsoever for that particular mixtape alone. And apparently, you've read that right. Apparently it's true. None of the death battle episodes featuring any of the My Little Pony characters will be used for the death battle mixtape based on epic battles. Now you guys may be wondering, why is that? Now if I had to be completely honest about that, not only is the majority of the epic battles, not only are majority of the epic battles fans also Animat fans, but also apparently I remember having to learn for myself about how that the majority of a fan club dedicated to a certain Canadian dude with a fedora, who got more screen time than any other reviewer in the form of Animat, apparently seemed to be idolizing my former editor, AzuchiGuardian. So anyways, now I know it may seem shocking to learn about that, but it's true. You guys may be wondering how the fridge are a lot of members of the anime fan club dare idolize AzuchiGuardian as a god. Well, not only have a couple of these members accused me of lying when it comes to certain things for the wrong reasons, but also so did AzuchiGuardian. And there have been a lot of members who would dare come threatening to remind me of all the bad memories that I personally had with AzuchiGuardian. Some of those members that did idolize, that do view AzuchiGuardian as a god include Mike Mixtape, Caleb Corger, Chrissy Trotta, Alexander Mirabella, aka W Doom Guy, and Steph Felton. All of whom not only think AzuchiGuardian is cool, which is what they apparently want to hide, but also all of whom dare... How can I put this? Oh, right. All of whom would dare come and not just insulting me for being Jewish, but also for becoming a brony, even if I may be more casual rather than hardcore. And all of whom have been threatening not just me, but also two really good friends of mine by the names of Nicholas Centra, aka Banana Gamer 105, and Dante Jesus to not include any characters that may appeal towards a preschool audience. Not only does this include My Little Pony, but also including Thomas the Tank Engine, the Teletubbies, and Blue's Clues. Now, when it comes to this one video that my dear good friend Nicholas Centric, Banana Gamer 105 did regarding to the Teletubbies, I can talk about it later. But I will say this, people, that as much as I've tried, and I will say this, people, that as much as I've tried telling Dante to cut out any, not just My Little Pony, but also Thomas the Tank Engine, and Blue's Clues characters out of Epic Battles, no matter how many times I tried to encourage Dante to cut these characters out, Dante is not liking that. Look, I know not everybody likes those 3 TV shows. I totally get that, but still. As much as I've tried convincing Dante to cut out those characters, I'm afraid you'll have to live with them appearing in Epic Battles 4 as they are, whether you all like it or not. Thankfully, as what I've gathered, researched so far, for when I do my long-awaited spin-off series from Battle of the Groups, thankfully you cannot play as anyone from either My Little Pony, nor Thomas the Tank Engine, nor Blue's Clues. So anyways, if you guys really want to know why I personally cannot do anything with My Little Pony, nor Thomas the Tank Engine, nor Teletubbies, nor any Nick Jr., nor Playhouse Disney TV shows anymore, just remember, people, Mike Mixtape, Steph Elton, Caleb Corger, Chrissy Trotta, and Alexander Mirabella, aka W Doom Guy, are indeed the evil McEvilsons why I can't do anything with My Little Pony creatively. Not why Nick, Dante, and I all can't do anything with neither My Little Pony, nor Thomas the Tank Engine, nor Blue's Clues, nor the Teletubbies. At least those people just, at least with those 5 people just named, they're the evil McEvilsons. Why I can't include any of the My Little Pony, any of the Death Battle episodes featuring My Little Pony characters for when I do a Death Battle mixtape based on epic battles. And before I get a lot of backlash coming from the My Little Pony fan community and half of the epic battles community. Now, look, I am totally aware about the fact that 50% like My Little Pony and 50% dislike My Little Pony. However, being that I'm really, really good at math, this should not excuse the fact that 50% is not majority, okay? 50%, if 50% likes something and 50% doesn't, then it means it's a minority. However, if majority likes something, then if the majority likes My Little Pony, then 51% or higher would have enjoyed it. But no, because that is 50% who like it, this means mathematically it's a minority right here. And whenever I think of something to be considered as a majority, I think of it as if, well, for something to be mathematically qualified as a majority, one must overshadow the others. Because we're talking about the kind where there can only be 2 kinds of people, lovers and haters, people who like it and people who hate it, might as well qualify, because we're talking about the kind where only 2 groups of people can exist, be people who either love or like something, or people who hate or don't like something, might as well have one group of people overshadow the other. I'm sorry. And look, my fellow Brony viewers or fellow members of the My Little Pony fandom. Now, just because I will not be using any of the My Little Pony Death Battle episodes for the Death Battle mixtape based on epic battles, this does not mean I will not be using I will not be making any mixtapes using any of the episodes using My Little Pony characters whatsoever. However, I will say this, that regardless of how AzuchiGuardian feels about My Little Pony, and regardless of how everyone throughout the entire Animat fan club think about My Little Pony, and let alone regardless of what everybody in general thinks about My Little Pony, I will say this, that a Death Battle mixtape based on My Little Pony will still be made, regardless of how people feel for that show. Regardless of people's feelings for that show. Not only that, but also, when it comes to Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie, it will, however, be used for Death Battle mixtapes based on Marvel versus Capcom, as well as, when it was PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and epic rap battles of history. And I know what some of you are probably going to be thinking right here. Wait, I thought you said that none of the Death Battle episodes featuring My Little Pony characters will be in the Death Battle mixtape based on epic battles. So why would you bother including it for epic rap battles of history? Okay. Now, if I had to be completely honest about this, let's just say, now do keep in mind that both epic battles and epic rap battles this year are both considered polar opposites. Similar to what Star Wars is to Star Trek. And because of that, if you guys ever can see me do a Death Battle mixtape for both epic battles and epic rap battles of history, they will both be very different in terms of which episodes will or will not be used. The only death battle episodes that will be used for both the epic battles and epic rap battles of history mixtapes would include Darth Vader versus Doctor Doom, Boba Fett versus Samus, all the death battle episodes featuring Deadpool. Scratch that. The only death battle episodes that will be used in both epic rap battles and epic rap battles and epic battles mixtapes are Darth Vader versus Doctor Doom, Boba Fett versus Samus, Mario versus Sonic, Luigi versus Tails, and Superman versus Goku, and all the death battle episodes featuring Batman will do. And that's pretty much it for all the death battle episodes that will be used in both death battle mixtapes of both epic battles and for epic rap battles of history. However, the only death battle mixtapes that will be used for epic rap battles of history but not for epic battles would be any of the death battles featuring Deadpool, which not only includes Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie, but also including Deadpool versus Deathstroke. You guys may be wondering how come is it that none of the Deadpool episodes will be in the death battle mixtape for epic battles either, but yet they will be for epic rap battles of history. Well, that's because, as much as I would love to include Deadpool for epic battles, Dante apparently doesn't like the idea of neither Deadpool nor Guardians of the Galaxy appear in epic battles. And, though there will be a lot of death battle episodes that will not be used for epic rap battles, but will be used for epic battles. Death battle mixtape-wise, that is. Including Peach versus Zelda, Link versus Cloud, Luke Skywalker versus Harry Potter, Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake, Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight, Goliath versus Beast, Ryu versus Scorpion, and countless others, but it will not be every single episode. That is for sure. Anyways, now I have some other things I also would like to address as well. Now it's time for me to address regarding to AzuchiGuardian. Now if you're somebody who's seen a lot of my more recent update vlogs, you guys will see that I've been constantly ranting about him a lot. Well, that is because of how big of a threat he's been to me personally, and it's what he gets for lying. And if you guys ever see me coming out there to criticize AzuchiGuardian for whatever reason, I do not aim to do it as a threat, okay? I aim to do it, and I most certainly do not aim to do it as a hate crime either. I only intend to do it as a warning, based on what can possibly happen, for as if he can't change around for himself. And also, and in case if y'all wondering why the fridge would I ever consider constantly calling AzuchiGuardian nerf-herder a lot, well, considering how big of a man-child he can be, he always lies a lot and he threatens me a lot. And if you know me, you know I take dramas very, very personal. You see, the things that I'm personally angry about when it comes to AzuchiGuardian, It's not only did he belittle Haimitude on Halloween last year so bad that it would even stir up massive drama on Facebook. Like, for example, it got Mike Mixtape to threaten me, and it got certain members to go all man-child on me, be turned from great people all the way into becoming major man-children. But also, I'm also angry about the fact that AzuchiGuardian would ever consider monopolizing over my work. That's the thing I hate about AzuchiGuardian so much, is that no matter what he works on in life, he always likes to monopolize over what he does in life, regardless if he technically does have rights to it or not. All AzuchiGuardian cares about, nothing but money and fame. Where I, on the other hand, care more about the entertainment. And, that's why you guys see me get all angry at AzuchiGuardian, is considerate of all the disrespect he would give me. And you say that, so you say that, that you've been going through a lot of breakdowns with several cast members of your projects. Well, it's apparently what you get for scamming your former boss, for constantly slandering your former boss. And you say that you currently have a job? Well, did anyone ever teach you back in high school that when you're searching for a new job, you're not supposed to say anyone negative regarding to any of your old bosses, no matter how much you may not like them? Because that's what I've personally learned back when I was in high school. Yeah. That's the thing I'm angry about when it comes to AzuchiGuardian, is he always lies a lot regarding to me and regard to my review show, Casual Reviews of Amazon, and he threatens a lot of people. Not just me, but also regardless for hire for that particular review show alone. Anyways, now I can finally address this. Now, if you've been following me on... No, scratch that. I did that right. Anyways, if you guys, no, scratch that. Anyways, I have something I need to address with you guys as well. I got something else I'd like to address to you guys as well. Now, I've been getting a lot of messages, mostly on Facebook, constantly telling me that I've been personally obsessed with Mike Mixtape and Morgan Ledger. Okay, then. Well, if you really think that's true about me, let me tell you, that is because you never even followed me on social media. Both that, as well as you never got to watch any of some of my more recent special vlogs I've done where I do talk about gaming. And as much as I love watching Mike Mixtape, as much as I love watching Morgan Ledger, my all-time favorite reviewer has been and will always be Animat, and it's the truth. And wait till you guys see me as if I ever done a countdown of my top 10 or whatever number of my favorite internet reviewers I'll do. My number one has been and will always be Animat. And yes, there are many reviewers I watch besides those two. Not gonna lie about myself when I say that. And plus, if you've been following me on social media closely, not just on Facebook, but also on Twitter as well as watching some of my special vlogs I've done besides Mr. Code Awards, you will see that the only thing I've been obsessed with more than anything else all year this year would be a video game genre in the form of Toys to Life. For those who don't know, yes, out of all the things that pop culture had existed, I've been obsessed with Toys to Life all year this year. In fact, Toys to Life is something that not only I've been obsessed with, but also appreciating as well. When it comes to Toys to Life, it's something that I've not only been obsessed with, but also appreciating since last December. You guys may be wondering, why did I have to be more obsessive and appreciative over something like Toys to Life? Now, if I had to be completely honest about that, well, what if I told you that there's a device where you can play board games digitally called Playtable, where there would be this one game where you can play on the Playtable called Toy Box Stadium that is capable of doing every Toys to Life franchise you can think of, including Disney Infinity, including Amiibo, including Skylanders, and including Lego Dimensions. And for those who don't know, and yes, people, this is what I've been becoming obsessed. That's what I've been obsessed with all year this year, more than anything else. Ever since last December, that is. I'm not going to lie about myself when I say that. That is apparently what I'm really, really obsessed with. And now I have something else I would also like to address as well. Now, I normally don't do this, but because this particular subject matter is, because that is about with regard to this one particular person, the person who I'm addressing that happens to be my friend, I might as well have to do this. It's regarding to this one video that my dear good friend Nicholas Centra, aka Banana Gamer 105, once recently did, where Sonic and Shadow destroy the windmill. Now, when it comes to that particular video alone, do take it as a downfall parody rather than what you would see coming from like the work of My Little Engine Productions and the work of My Little Engine Productions and the My Little Pony Meets series. What's the major difference between those things? So let's just say with the case of the work of My Little Engine Productions and the work of My Little Engine Productions and the My Little Pony Meets series, they're meant to poke fun out of something that everybody already likes. Whereas downfall parodies, on the other hand, are meant to be poked fun out of what they actually hated. And for those who don't realize this, yes, when it comes to the people who make those countless downfall parodies called Untergangers, a lot of Untergangers that exist really do despise not just Nazism, but also, let alone, any kind of racism in general. And this is why I would compare that particular video as that. And if you're somebody who really thinks that his favorite TV show is either the Teletubbies or My Little Pony, or as somebody who can't take criticism in general, or if you're somebody who thinks that he's gay, let me tell you this, that you don't even know who Nicholas Centra is. That also means you, AzuchiGuardian, as well. However, if you knew who Nicholas Centra, aka Banana Gamer 105 is, if you knew who Nicholas Centra, aka Banana Gamer 105 is, he would have liked to point out that his favorite TV show to watch is actually Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not My Little Pony, and not the Teletubbies. Not only that, but also his actual sexual orientation, even during his brony, regardless if he's still brony or not, would be straight. So much so that he even once had a girlfriend in his life, which proves that he's technically straight. If Nick was actually gay, then he would have had a boyfriend. I mean, how is somebody gay if somebody has a girlfriend? That doesn't make any sense at all. And his vacation place is most certainly not Teletubby Land. His vacation place in real life is actually Massachusetts. And his reasoning on why he would ever consider going to Massachusetts would be mostly regard to family matters. The same reason why I would ever consider going to Massachusetts as well is mostly because of that. And no, people, I do not go to Massachusetts to see Morgan Ledger at all. As much as I love to, usually the only reason why I would go to Massachusetts would mostly be for family matters as well. At least, typically, that is. And now, time to talk about the final thing I need to address. The moment I'm pretty sure a lot of you have probably all been waiting for. It's this. Now, ever since when I first officially opened my YouTube page back in 2013, I come to notice a lot of people in this world, whose names I'm not going to mention, would often mistake vlogging as if it were to be my priority. In reality, that is not true. While it may be true that I've uploaded a lot of vlogs on my YouTube page, however, my biggest priority for my YouTube page has been and will always be casual reviews of Bear Rimshot. Whereas vlogging, on the other hand, is meant to be more like my side, if you will. So in other words, casual reviews of Bear Rimshot is meant to be more of my hard skills, whereas vlogging as well as making parodies and mixtapes would be like my soft skills. And believe me, I know how it feels. And if you guys really want to know when casual reviews of Bear Rimshot will first come out, it won't be in November, probably until either December or after. If I don't release it before the year ends, please do not make any statements that I made any false promises, okay? Look, I know how it feels. I can understand how it feels when you have to wait too long for something to be done. Look, I can sometimes feel the same way about the next vaulting episode as well. However, somebody needs to take his or her time to do it. Let them do what they need to do. What they like. And with me, it can be no exception. And that's one thing you should know about when you're around any fellow content creators, is you really, really, really do not want to be rushing any fellow content creators whatsoever. If you do, you're gonna get them mad even more, and you don't want that. So please be. So regardless of how long I may take making the next casual reviews of Bear Rimshot, I'm gonna ask you all nicely. That especially means you, as AzuchiGuardian, is to please be patient with me, not just with the next casual reviews with Bear Rimshot, but also the same thing with Battle of the Groups. When will the official release date for Battle of the Groups be? Well, let's just say, it may take a while, even more longer so than the next casual reviews of Bear Rimshot. The reason why it may take a while to finish up Battle of the Groups, there are 3 reasons behind it. The first one being, of course, a lot of research I personally have to do on my part. And the second one being, of course, of course, the play table is still in development. And I remember hearing from the play table team that the play table is supposed to come out in December, though there can possibly be some possible delays in releasing the play table, at least at retail, that is. And 3, I still have to finish up. I still have to make sure I do my reviews of both Disney Infinity 2.0 and Disney Infinity 3.0. And for those who don't know, yes, people, I still have some reviews of both Disney Infinity 2.0 and Disney Infinity 3.0 that I still need to do. Being that I've already reviewed the original Disney Infinity. Yeah. Even though for right now I was doing casual reviews of Barum Shot Go, I still need to finish up making what is a public apology first, then get into making the top 11 dumbest Kingdom Hearts moments. Then I can finally get into Disney Infinity 2.0, and in between Disney Infinity 2.0 and Disney Infinity 3.0, I'll be doing a Blue Sky editorial. Then comes Disney Infinity 3.0. Then once I'm done with making casual reviews of Barum Shot Disney Infinity 3.0, not only can I finally get into making casual reviews with Barum Shot, Why is Toys to Life proclaimed to be dead, but also I can finally take care of the final touches for Battle of the Groups. At least the tabletop game portion of it, that is. That is, once I also did get I'll need research done as well as Playtable. As well as once Playtable comes out at retail. It's all I have to say. Teddy out.